All right, everybody, welcome back to Rave Green TV. And as we've done in a previous video, this is going to be one of our other dedicated videos for member questions. If you guys want to become a member on the channel, make sure to do so because we reward them by doing dedicated videos of questions or topics that they want us to discuss. So in this video, we got asked by not Homelander, but Risklander about the Club World Cup. I'm gonna kind of tweak his question because I think there was some slight grammatical issues with it, and I'm gonna kind of phrase it in a way I'm pretty sure this is what he meant by it. He asks, talk about the Sounders' chances at the Club World Cup. It may be slim to none, but do they have a chance with home field advantage? And it kind of brought up a question that we were kind of talking within our chat about this tournament because breaking news on the day of recording is Jordan Morris is going to be out for at least 6 weeks. He'll likely miss at least, I'm assuming, 1 or 2 games going into that tournament. And by that point, being off for so long, is it even worth him to even be starting come game 3 of that tournament? So he's possibly going to be missing that tournament. So we're in a little bit of a striker dilemma right now. We want to talk about that. Should the Sounders be looking to get a striker in for this tournament? So we're going to just be talking about the Club World Cup thanks to Risklander's question. So, Brody, let's first and foremost talk about Risklander's initial question. Do the Sounders have a chance in the Club World Cup? Because I think this could be a pretty short and sweet answer here.
Let's have a think about this. No, we don't have a chance in the Club World Cup. What we do have a chance of doing though is if you guys don't know how the Club World Cup works, so basically we make 9.5 million, I think, just for being in. Then every point you get, it's $1 million or something, and every win, it's 2 million or
So
something
you're
like this.
rewarded for not losing.
Yeah, we do have a chance of potentially getting points, which that's all we're gonna have to have. That's all that at least I have hope for is just getting points in the group because that gets us money to use on transfers. But in terms of having a chance in the tournament itself, you got to look at our group, man. I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if you know PSG about to be in the final of the Champions League. Atletico Madrid. We know them, Botafogo, Brazilian Giants, and then there's us. A Jordan Morris-less, Danny Musovsky-led Seattle Sounders team. I don't have much hope, Sean. I don't know about you, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know as sad as it is, we'll do more content leading up to the tournament. We did do like a very initial video talking about it when the groups first came out and whatnot. And I don't think our opinion has really changed much since then, sadly enough. And looking at the tournament, as you said, I think it's more of maybe advertising our city to these big name players in hopes to maybe bringing maybe some of them in, younger players. I think it's going to be great for bringing in newer fans to the team. But outside that, yeah, it's just maybe getting points. It's maybe trying to get money. But I would even say getting a draw is such a stretch for us. Like, I just can't
Oh
see
yeah.
it. Like, you're talking about PSG, they're likely to be in a Champions League final. You look at Atletico Madrid, they're competing for the La Liga title. You're talking about Botafogo, a team that is on a revelation right now in Brazilian football who just won the cup double. And then there's us. So it's like we're the team that they're all looking at, and they're like, that's going to be our whatever millions they get for getting a win. We're their easy couple mil for them to buy another young talent to add to their team. Like that's what we are. We're the minnows. We're literally the little worm on the fish bait.
Yeah, and then another thing that I'm hoping for at least is hopefully they're healthy by the time the Club World Cup comes. But guys like Obed, if we still have him, guys like Pedro, guys that are a bit younger that could boost their value by putting up good performances against these teams. Honestly, that just if we can have that, if Pedro can be healthy and just maybe bag a goal against PSG or Botafogo, and then he's got eyes on him and his value maybe even slightly increases. Stuff like that. That's really what I'm hoping for as far as actual chances in the tournament go. Slim to none. But I will say, as a Sounders fan for many, many years, I always have a delusional confidence in almost every game we go into. So, I'll try and convince myself, yeah, what if maybe this, and this happens and we walk away with a win somehow? But bias aside, guys, you shouldn't be, if you're going into this tournament expecting us to make a run, you're going to be let down. very harshly. So I would just say expect us, or at least just root for us to try and show something. And hopefully that leads to us getting points and in return getting some extra dollars to use in the market. So
Yeah, I think you brought up a really good point of discussion with it is I think when you look back at you remember that friendly against Tottenham back in 2014, that's the team that ended up buying DeAndre Yedlin. So players like Pedro, players like Vargas, players like Georgie, players like Reagan have one moment of brilliance, have one good moment, one good game throughout this tournament. A team in Europe might come calling just from those moments. So that's a really like good point that you make. So I think that's something important. In regards to the home field advantage, I think I'm going to just be touching upon what I said earlier. I think it'll just be great to maybe lure in players like a Griezmann who has big interest in our baseball team and the Mariners. I mean, hey, you come play here, you can come watch the Mariners all you want. The fans showing up, showing that we have a passionate fan base. We have fans that will come to games. We can fill up stadiums. So I think that's the biggest thing. I don't think like the home field advantage is going to add like a whole lot more. Yeah, it does a little bit, but in my opinion, the last couple of years, I feel like we're a better away team than we are a home team. Like I've seen us, I feel like we play better when we aren't at home. I don't think this is like the team in years past. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think we're bad at home, but I think we're better away than we are at home. So, yeah, I mean, I guess the familiarity of being able to play at home, no travel and things like that, yeah, it will help, but it's like, again, the Gulpin class, I think really just makes it way too difficult for us. I think a big issue for the Sounders going into this tournament is the striker position, because as I brought up in the beginning of this video, Jordan Morris will likely not be available or won't be fully healthy come the start of this tournament. And we just really need a striker. Like going into that, you have that window. Your DP number 9 is not going to be available. Brody already made a dig at it. I don't think Musovski's going to be the guy going into it, but I will say recently when Musovski has been playing, I feel like our team's been playing a lot better, playing with a true number 9, because the reality is Jordan Morris is not a true number 9. He's like this weird winger, pacey striker, but he's not like a true striker that complements his team very well. When it comes to this whole situation with Jordan Morris, let's first touch upon this. Another injury for him. What's your take on Jordan Morris now getting hurt again? And then we can talk about this bringing in a striker in the tournament before the tournament.
yeah, so I mean, it's if you guys watched our previous content in the off season, this is a point that we brought up, that I brought up, especially talking about the not only the renewal of Rusnak, but of course the big Jordan Morris extension. Listen, it's hard to predict injuries. Like I know, because I mean, the last year or two, Jordan Morris has played so many games, so many minutes consecutively. So um, I'm not going to say here and sit that I predicted him to get injured, but um, it was just a concern that we had when extending players that are going to be on the wrong side of 30, especially like Jordan, who's had 2 major knee injuries and relies on his athletic. Because let's face it, Jordan Morris without pace, you know, so he relies heavily on that athletic ability, and you're extending him well beyond his 30s. And for someone who sprints as hard and runs as hard as he does, because he has to in order to make the impact that he can make, he's going to be susceptible to these type of injuries, and it's unfortunate. I mean, he was starting off the year, he bagged a few goals. He was getting a lot of good chances, putting himself in good positions. But yeah, I mean, without Jordan Morris, we can't rely on Musovski to to hopefully make some sort of run in the Club World Cup or even get points. It's going to have to be by way of a U22 striker. I'm hoping. It seems like we've been at least looking for one, although we haven't made a signing for it. We have been looking, I assume, and it's going to be on the heels of that kind of player. And do we trust that Craig Weibel is going to be able to scout and sign a player that is going to be quality immediately? Probably. I mean, probably not, but you can always hope. But listen, the striker situation is not looking good, and Jordan Morris is going to come back. Let's say best case scenario, he comes back in 6 weeks and he makes it for the first game. He's not going to start. He likely won't start the second game, and it's just we're kind of cooked from that front, to be honest with you. And unless we bring in a U22 striker, I don't see I just don't see good results for us in the Club World Cup, and not just that, but later on in the season and MLS season as well.
Yeah, I think we really handicapped ourselves. This was something we've spoken about during the offseason with the decisions we made because I think you can get a good U22 striker, but the problem is it's a lot more riskier versus than getting a DP level striker who you might feel a lot more confident about, can hit the ground running, like what Rui Diaz was when we brought him in, or what we're seeing right now with Cincinnati with Danke, because he's a DP. They paid a lot of money for him and he's already showing up. He's scoring great goals. He's been a good catalyst for them. But a U22 deal, you could have a really good striker, but it's a lot more potential. The U22, he's a youth player. So I feel like we really handicapped ourselves with it. I don't mind if we bring in a good U22 striker. The problem is right now I think the Club World Cup is not the end all be all, but it was and is, because I don't think anything's going to happen for this team. And do you think, okay, let's talk about this. Do you think we're going to bring in a U22 striker? Let's first do that.
At this point, I think you have to. I think you have to. I mean, that's back to back month-long plus injuries for your number 9, and are we really confident in Musovski leading this line? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with his recent form if we deluded ourselves into thinking that he's going to be fit to lead our lines at the Club World Cup, but I think we honestly I think we will because I mean, granted, our moves haven't been necessarily ambitious. You know, I mean, our biggest signing of the season was an in-league trade for Jesus Ferreira, but we have made moves, you know, Ferreira, Areola, we brought in Kent to replace Areola immediately. So I'm hoping we have that same approach to replacing, you know, an injury prone, at least for this year, Jordan Morris, with one of our many 22 slots. I would say you have to. I would really hope that we will do it, but in my opinion, it's a have to. It's not a if or a maybe. I think you have to bring in a number 9.
I think you bring up a good point with the whole Ken thing. Like when you had to bring in a replacement for Paul Areola, he did do it. Granted, I do think we got, it was kind of like a golden goose moment a little bit with Ken, because I think he was desperate. Like he needed a team, he needed that like a club to sign for. Because for him, it was kind of getting to a do or die moment where, all right, I still have, it's been a while. I need to sign for a team. So I think we got handed a little bit of a golden goose, and I'm hoping this does force Craig Weibel's hand. But it kind of annoys me because I feel like now we're gonna have to rush into it a little bit when there has been multiple windows now where players have come and gone, opportunities have been there, but we're just like, nah, we'll wait. Nah, we're good. Nah, this. And now we're kind of like, we have to do it now. But I think our stock is going to be so much more limited it for in this moment than it, I think, out of all the other opportunities we've had to address this, because this is not a new issue. This has been an ongoing issue since, I would say, since 2022, since that was kind of Raul Ruiz Diaz's last decent season with the club. So it kind of frustrates me, but yeah, I think with this bonus transfer window, you have to bring in someone that excites fans a bit, that can hit the ground running at least a little bit. I'm not confident a U22 guy to do that, but you got to try at this point because I think fans are kind of real, not even kind of, are really fed up with the striker position at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I could unfortunately also see happening is I could see the club just being like, you know what, like it's 3 games. Do we really need to add someone for this tournament? Like we're look at our group, like it could just be doomed from the start. So what's the point of even adding these players and then we end up not adding a U22-9? I could see that. I mean, realistically, that's a very possible outcome that we just say, yeah, screw it. We don't need to add anybody else. I mean, it's we haven't been that far from that kind of attitude just in general the past few years, you know. So I could see that happening as well. But I mean, if the club really does care about how we do in the Club World Cup and sees it as some sort of tournament that we can capitalize on, whether it's you know bringing in new eyes to our team or increasing the value of our players, then we have to add a U22. There's no other option. I think.
Because, and to add on to your point, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. We're not, I get it. Like, yeah, we are cooked in our group. I agree with that. But this is a once in a lifetime chance to put
Yeah,
yourself
exactly.
on the map, to, as you said, put our players on the map, to put the club on the map, to put the fans on the map. You're
Well,
not
like
even gonna try to give
when's
yourself just a little bit of an edge in it? Like, you're not even gonna give it a try? Because in my
yeah.
opinion, these off-season moves we made don't give us that much of a chance in this type of scenario. You had every opportunity to clean shop with some of your DP spots, and multiple times just like, "No, I'm okay." This has been 2 years in the making, I'll give you this. You've had 4 windows to do something, 2 of them you didn't. So it's just like, I don't know, it kind of pisses me off and it rubs me the wrong way. You know, you roll out Danny Musovski as your main striker against PSG and Atletico Madrid, which looks like is going to be the case. You're going to piss off a lot of fans because it even pisses me off to even think about that.
Yeah, and then that makes you think if this is the best that we're gonna do in terms of our squad, are we really gonna have more home field advantage? Because it feels like to me, people aren't gonna come like
To root
pay
for us.
money to see Danny Musovski start against Atleti. They're gonna be neutral people paying to watch Atletico Madrid whoop our ass. To be honest with you, so
Yeah. No, I
yeah,
totally agree. But we'll see what happens, guys. And shout out to Risklander for being a member, for asking us this question, guys, boys and girls. If you want to ask us questions, want to be a member, as always, you get these exclusive perks with being a member on the channel. It's the first link in the description. Or just click, if you go on the channel, just click join. Make sure to go do that. And this is gonna be a series we're gonna keep on doing. But yeah, boys and girls, let us know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Do you guys agree with the points we talked about? What other points would you add on to this? Let us know your thoughts, and we hope you all have a lovely day.